Hey, good morning, fellow interactors. I am so happy to hear that you guys are wanting to support a soldier's hands again with writing cards to the troops. We are honored by your choice and they are greatly needed. For those of you who don't know anything about a soldier's hands, let me just give you a little bit of background. Our organization sends care packages to full units that are deployed overseas. So we wait till we have funds to send every single person in the unit a care package. In some cases, this is the only mail call that these soldiers and sailors will get. So in those care packages, we have sunscreen, hand cream, lip balm, candy, because we all like candy, right? And then a card, and that's where you come in. So those cards that you guys write are the human element. It's what connects them to you, to them. It connects them back to the United States. It lets them know that their efforts and their sacrifices are supported and appreciated and recognized. And so we are honored that you are taking up this cause. So for some of you, you may not know how this started. So let me just briefly share. I was flying home back in 2007. I was in Dallas, Texas, and I was trying to fly back to Philadelphia. And the flight was overbooked because there were storms going through and the flights were getting canceled. So they actually asked if I would give up my seat, and I declined because I really needed to get home. And I had moved my seat earlier in the week, so I really shouldn't have been sitting where I was sitting. And when we finally boarded the plane, there was one seat empty. Can you imagine? It didn't make sense to me at the time why there would be one seat empty on this overbooked flight. So guess where that was? I was sitting next to the window, the middle seat was empty, and then the seat next to me was a young man, and he reminded me of Opie on Andy Griffith. Now I know the younger kids don't know who that is, but he was a young boy. He had freckles on his face, really fair skin, and he was incredibly polite. And so we got to talking because that middle seat was empty. We had the opportunity to talk. And I immediately recognized that his hands were a mess. The tops of them were sunburned, and the bottoms had these huge whelps like this big on his hands. And they looked really raw and like they hurt. So I got him hand cream, and he was so appreciative for that, for just a simple hand cream. But it was soothing to him, and it made his hands feel better, and he was very grateful. And so in our conversation, because we had that middle seat empty, we had the opportunity to really talk. And he shared with me that he was third generation military. He knew the gig, he knew where he was going, he knew it was dangerous, but that he wasn't afraid of dying. But you know what? He was really afraid of being sunburned. He said, I can't handle Texas. How am I going to handle Iraq? Which is where he was going. So I said to him, Mark, I will send you some sunscreen and hand lotion. And he said one thing which has changed my life, and which is why you are also part of this project. And he said, you know what, Trish, I can't accept a gift knowing that not everyone in our unit will receive something. Not everyone's going to get that mail call, and I can't accept it from you knowing that not everyone would get that. So I said to him, Mark, how many is in your unit? I'll send it to your whole unit. And he said 177. And I thought, oh my goodness, what have I done? What I had done is I had made a promise, and I had to follow through with that promise. So I got home and I told everybody I knew. I met this gentleman on an airplane, and I promised I would send him care packages, and can you please help me make this happen? And so Thanksgiving Day 2007, I received a letter, and it said, you have to know that there are grown men crying, that this is the first care package that they have received. This is the first mail call they've received since March. And he said, it's so appreciative. He said, I got to be Santa. I got to be Santa and hand out all 177 care packages because you said you were going to do it. So we had to do it again, and then we did it again, and then we did it again. And 10.5 years later, we've sent over 6,066 care packages, and each of them contains a letter, and that's where you come through. So I am so honored that you're trying to get your school involved to write letters to the troops. I'm beyond grateful, and I want you to know that you are going to make a difference in the life of a soldier or sailor. So good works to you. Any questions, you guys reach out to me. I'm grateful. Thank you. Bye.